She has proved she can dive, but she is designed for stealth, and that means she has to run silent and run deep. The next test is known as being on the wires. Superb will spend days running up her systems and trying to stay invisible to a shore-based listening station. This is where the stealth element of a hunter-killer comes into play. I can see you, but you can't see me. At the end of this period, Superb will be capable of silent running. Now the crew has got to get used to living on her. And whether it's days, weeks or months, how do submariners cope with close confinement?
People say to me, how could you possibly be cooped up in that black tube for so long? The answer is, none of us are special. We just do things the right way, and it works. The submarine's crew is split up according to specialisation, and about just over a third work back aft. They are marine engineers. They, of course, live forward. We don't consign them to some horrible build to live, much as I'd like to in some cases. They keep the nuclear plant and the secondary propulsion systems going. They deal with defects and all the rest of it.
Howie Kelly is a nuclear engineer dealing with the reactor.
We've just come through 58 bulkhead, the forward airlock. It's known as the forward airlock. That's brought us into the tunnel where we are now. And this is basically the passageway that connects forward and aft on the submarine. Below us is the RC, or the reactor compartment, where the reactor's housed, and the steam generators. That's an unmanned compartment at sea. And then through the bulkhead aft of us, through another airlock, that's the engine room and all the electrical generation and diesel, and where the steam that's generated in the RC goes through to drive the engines and generate electricity.
How much is generated is frankly awesome.
We generate enough power with the nuclear plants to support the electrical load of a small town. There are only 125 of us, but we exist, we live. We have a laundry, we have a canteen, we all eat very well. We work, play and rest in the same space, so we have the domestic arrangements and our work environment all on hand. So yes, we are our microcosm, if you like. Let's switch to a fish analogy. If you look at us as a barracuda, we're half teeth and half engine. The boat is laid out so that the after half is nuclear plant and steam propulsion. A lot of power pushing us along. And the front end, where we live, work, and most importantly, because we're a warship, fight.
It's time to find out if this barracuda has real teeth.
Load two-tube. Load two-tube.
This is a spearfish, the latest weapon in a submarine's armory. They cost a lot, but you get a lot in return. The torpedo can strike a target well over the horizon. Although its speed remains classified, it's generally thought it can travel faster than the legal limit on any British road.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire and hum.
142.
Good.
Discharge.
1-2
for first, guys. Well done.
That's the target, and that's the weapon.
1-6.
At the high cost of each fish, it's prudent to test with dummies.
Classified submarine target.
That is bang in the middle of TUA. Intercept Alpha, that's the first hit.
Weapon bearing.
In his own inimitable style, Commander Humphreys confirms their successful run.
Hit confirmed. Large pool of black smoke. Bodies diving in the water. Sharks circling.
Ship control speaking. HMS Superb has just launched her first spearfish weapon. The run was successful. That is all.
Hurrah!
Superb can dive, run silent and fight, but to what standards? It's no good doing all those things badly enough to endanger the boat and its crew. This is where Captain Submarine Sea and Shore Training enters the fray, the Sea Riders.
When a submarine has been built or refitted or goes to sea for the first time after a long period alongside, then sea training staff, submarine sea training staff, go to sea with that submarine to help the captain train up his crew to deal with emergencies that might confront them at sea, fires or floods and so forth.
trials that the submarine has done up until now have been limited to shallow water. The next phase of her trials is to take her into deep water. So over the next 5 days, we will be giving the submarine a series of single evolutions, simulating them by smoke for fires and releasing air for HP airbursts, and some propulsion failures as well. And we'll be checking that they can cope with those emergencies and keep their submarine safe.
5 days, 120 hours of intense pressure. There is a lot at stake, not least the reputation of Commander Humphreys and his crew.
At the end of 5 days, the CSS team will clear the submarine to go into deep water to finish its trials.
Good to see you.
It's a pass or fail criteria. If they fail, then we just continue training, and they'll not be given clearance to continue.
Hydraulic burst, hydraulic burst, hydraulic burst on the after escape platform. Emergency stations, emergency stations. Submarine has collided.
Goody, keep 60 metres.
Within minutes of being on board, the Sea Riders called their first emergency. 4,200 tons of submarine, Super B, has just collided with an unknown object. Commander John Humphreys and his crew have to take immediate action. The first emergency in 5 days of emergencies.
No, do not pump. Use the speed. Right,
The unreality of such exercises, as the hours fly by, become blurred. There is just no time to think about what's real and unreal.
This is a game. It's training. It's simulation. But to get the best out of it, I have got to make the ship's company as a whole believe that we're in the game. We're not watching it. We're not playing it. We are in the game. Yum, yum.
John Humphreys has been in the game a long time, in command of everything that goes on, even the errors.
The periscope watcher took the submarine deep in emergency because he sighted a container which had fallen off the back of some container ship crossing the Atlantic. He gives a straightforward order: go deep, go deep, go deep, keep 60 metres in this case. Unfortunately, on that occasion, we hit this submerged container. What I want you to do then, ship control, is to make a further pipe to shake people out of their torpor, and that is emergency stations, carry out phase 1 damage checks, report to DCHQ, accompanied by the general alarm.
Open bulkhead doors, report to DCHQ.
Whatever it says in the EOP, do not make that pipe. The submarine has collided. We've gone deep in emergency. We've been hit by something with a loud bang. Of course we've collided. There's no need to state the obvious. This is not Jack and Ori. Okay? Okay? Good. Good drill.
You enjoyed that, didn't you? That's because you've been doing it too long and you were very sad.
Indeed.
Let's give me that button now.
Long. That's hot.
Yeah, all right, Ella.
Emergency systems, all of them are tested.
Take the tick off first.
In this case, the original collision has led to a fire. It has to be dealt with quickly. Above all, submariners fear fires.
Is it quite rough, is it?
P.O. Reggie Perrin's liking for amateur dramatics, when on leave, adds authenticity.
Oh.
Sit down. Sit down.
All right, all right, all right.
All right.
Yeah. Ooh.
Your medical party.
I'm all right, I'm all right.
You're all right. You sit down.
Oh, I'll be okay, just get straight.
Get a medical party.
Damage. Unfortunately, the ball cooler, so I need to destroy.
I'm okay, I'm okay.
You're not.
What's happening?
Get this sort of. Let's get him out of there, flame down.
The wardroom, cramped at the best of times, becomes damage control, the nerve centre, dealing with emergency after emergency. And nerves are on edge. There's a lot at stake.
Over the next 5 days, we will be conducting single and double evolutions to ensure that the submarine will be able to go on to its next phase of trials, which has to be conducted in deep water. And so to do that, we'll take them up to a higher level, make them capable of easily coping with 2 or 3 things happening at once, like a fire, hydraulic burst, or an HP air burst, so that when they go to sea on their own in deep water and they have a single failure, then they'll be able to cope with it with some ease, hopefully.
I'm all right.
Reggie Perrin's heat exhaustion is a performance worthy of an Oscar, but so real are the tests that for a short while no one was sure it was an act.
Yeah, get charge of his head. Oh, quick, get his stuff off. Hurry up, get his boots off, somebody.
Enter Plymouth pal Doc McGonagall to deal with him as he would any crewman. Emergency, action and backup. It's all watched.
Get your clothes off and we're going to get you out of here. You take his head. I'm all right now. I'm all right now.
At stake at the end is an assessment by our team as to whether the submarine is cleared or not cleared to go to sea. If we do not believe she's ready to go into deep water on her own, then we will not clear her.
Okay, so let's send in a couple of tag teams and investigate.
The end of the examination is a very long 4 days away. Super B and her crew are, so far, doing well, but it's going to get tougher, a lot tougher. The Sea Riders are not just there to criticise, but advise as well. But their advice has to be noted.
First thing you need to do is tell him whether the berth is isolated. Okay, so they've over-isolated. We'll take that over-isolation off. Yes, and you're laughing.
One man who's not laughing is Star Perrin. He's so well into his part as a heat-exhausted crewman that he's beginning to believe it himself. Some of those around him aren't sure either.
Yeah, your pulse is coming down now. You're looking better. You like to sit up? I can try. Yeah. So you can sit up then. How you feel? That's it, mate.
Those in damage control are wondering what more can be thrown at them. Already a collision, a fire, an injury and a high-pressure air burst. It seems that the Sea Riders have singled out Superb for special attention. But the boat is riding it all and the crew are gaining control.
HPA bus was initially over-isolated. We've walked back from this now and 3JV is been reopened.
You have to hold it off.
Gaining control over Reggie's acting is the doc, who recommends bed rest for his patient, to the relief of everyone.
He's coming round, he's not been unconscious, and he's going to be fine. All right.
Where would you put him? Somewhere cool. Somewhere cool, is it with? In his bed. In his bunk. I think your own bunk.
Well, in his bed.
But not with you.
No, because that gets frowned upon in the Navy. DCHQ.
Things at the moment are starting to get back in control. Superb has just shaved it over CSST, but it is only round one.
How long would you recommend that he stays out of the watch spell?
Until we're happy that he's fully recovered. And he's happy that he's fully recovered as well.
Well done.
HPR system is in a normal seagoing lineup. You have the HPR system.
I have the HPA system.
An HP airburst is a nothing event to us guys, all right? And that was a nothing event. It got over-isolated. So be it, all right? If it gets over-isolated, it's our job to recognise it and get it corrected back to the minimal isolation, which is exactly what you did. That was well controlled, guys. Right, it's a piece of piss, isn't it?
I was told to act out the fact that I had heat exhaustion and collapse. So I quickly asked the guy what heat exhaustion does to someone, so I've never had it before. So he had about 30 seconds to tell me as I was walking back towards the mess. And I think I got it too right, because they actually thought that I'd actually really had collapse of heat exhaustion. And also I think Phil, the PO doc, he was a bit confused as well at the time.
You've been in that woolly bag for a while?
I don't know, I can't remember. But they looked after me right, didn't they? Did you see? And ever since then I have been ribbed about it.
Just need to get some water.
Every crewman has to join in the game.
G'day, Ship Control speaking. We're about to start Planesman training for this afternoon, and this afternoon's driver is PO Writer Asprey.
Coxswain Paul Kennel from Gosport hands over to Keith Asprey from Plymouth. He will be driving the boat while all around him is madness and mayhem.
Driving the boat under normal circumstances isn't a problem. Today we were Planesman training, and what happens is that they give you different scenarios. If your after planes are jammed to dive or rise, then you have to follow a particular procedure to get the submarine into a safe position.
Full rise on the plane, starboard 30.
If she did know what could go wrong, she might worry.
It was hot, I thought I was on fire. And I thought a smell of burning was coming from me, but it was from somewhere else. And I was sat in a puddle by the end of it. But it's all down to making sure that we're safe.
Very good lesson there. even though you didn't have the foreplanes throughout that evolution, use of starboard rudder actually brought the bubble up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't matter.
But Sherry would be proud if she knew Keith's driving skills had saved the day.
So it was a bloody good lesson.
All of this is pressure. The fact that when we're actually off watch, as you know, we're on a 6 on 6 off cycle. When we're off watch, we're up fighting fires even when we're not on watch. So we're up out of bed, and then we're into these woolly bags and fighting fires and so on again. And that's pressure. Then you go back to bed, and then it seems like 10 minutes later you're up again for something else. So there's a lot of pressure and stress. It does get a bit stressful sometimes.
Fire! 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 Fire the pantry!
And just when you're wondering what can happen next, a fire breaks out in the galley next to the wardroom and the temporary damage control centre.
Rebel documentation! Documentation!
Back to stations, emergency stations. Fire! 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 Fire in the wardroom pantry.
There is only one way out, through a small hatch.
Go on down, sir.
For a time, the sub's damage control centre is out of action. Every crewman is multi-skilled. Keith Asprey is no longer a sub driver. He's now a firefighter.
Get Drager!
The dock is traffic control.
No, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets total. We've got one full 3-man team that we named Pass.
While the firefighters wait to hear how serious the outbreak is, the CSST is throwing trouble the way of the medic teams. Doc McGonigal is alerted that a man has been contaminated by primary coolant in a tunnel close to the nuclear reactor. It's radioactive.
I want to do is pass you this roll. What you do is not to move, right? You pass you this roll, and any left loose, can you start to mop up? Start to mop up. You can tell the team are on the way.
Guards delivering assumed contaminant snake belt.
Need one more for the 3-man team.
What numbers have you got there?
Give us a shout when you get another one.
While the firefighters still await instructions, in the tunnel there is now a sense of real urgency. If the dock does not clear up this spillage, then anyone walking past this point could be contaminated.
Any of that's loose, just shove something on it. We want to put the lid on the bottle. Lid on the bottle.
With today's knowledge, radiation leaks on submarines can be contained, but fire is the submariner's worst enemy, and the crew are now facing 2 emergencies, radiation and fire. Keith Asprey is still in the thick of it.
If a fire is too big and we're pushed back, we then have to retreat somewhere, gather the troops, if you like, and then we get dressed in what they call fear not suits, which are those what we call woolly bags. They're thick, but they're all fire retardant, and it makes you sweat a lot, profusely. And it's like being inside a water bottle.
I just seem to go from puddle to puddle. I left the puddle in the control room. I'm sat in another one now.
Stand the bottle up.
Containment of the radioactive liquid is the utmost priority. A leakage could find its way into the submarine's ventilation system and within a short time contaminate everyone on board.
Simulate heads, and we'll decontaminate from there. Okay?
It was a simulation of the dropping of a sample of primary coolant out of a bottle that had been taken for analysis that we do on a daily basis. It was using water as it was a simulation, and it was to check our response to that happening.
Just turn your back to me.
When you're hundreds of meters beneath the sea and something like this happens, there's no help you can readily call on. You have to help yourselves. Dealing with an emergency is teamwork, and the crew of HMS Superb, faced with everything CSST can devise for them, is becoming a team.
Do you want to tape it up? So I would tape it up, and if it was on his head, we'd put a hood on him as well. There you go.
The damage control team from the wardroom has made the long, uncomfortable journey through the narrow hatchway back aft.
The atmosphere's out of spec. You have to put EBS on down there.
Probably be quite busy down there as well.
Yeah, just hold it down.
The hastily improvised new nerve centre is back on top of things. Where a few hours before there was just chaos, there is now a semblance of organised chaos.
Permission that the man's ready to be moved to decontam, and
The radiation leak has been contained, but there are still worries.
Go ahead.
Well, this area will go power already got over before they will be
Right, we got forward escape. We had a report.